Hello, we students of PGDM course of IMT Section B Group 6 are going to present you the review of the book called Corruption Conundrum, Other Paradox and Dilemma, written by V. The book mainly consists of the whole and sole idea of how the corruption is a difficult problem and what are the other paradoxes and dilemmas related to it. It mainly consists of a question like why we depend on these financial institutions and other financial advisors, why the value of Sachin Tendulkar is more than doctor, why in auction we pay more and more, though the value of the particular thing is much lower than what we pay actually. So these all are the part of the paradox and dilemmas, and which directly or indirectly related to the corruption problems. Here, like author V. Raghunathan represents it by a way of democracy and choice, paradox of corruption, paradox of financial meltdown, and other such problems. So this way we will see how these all concepts are surrounding the corruption problem and how they are related to it and spreading corruption. Thank you.
Future of financial markets.
Yes, very much so.
How do you think things are going at the moment?
Well, there's a great deal of international concern. But things will sort themselves out. This is what markets do, through a process we call volatility.
Can you explain to me how the banking industry works?
Sure. Assume I'm a bank. I make money by lending it out.
Yes. People deposit their money with you at a lower interest rate than what you lend it back out again at.
Well, yes. But that by itself isn't really all that profitable.
What do you mean?
It is true that I lend out money collected from the depositors. But it's more than that. I lend out many times more money than is what actually in the bank vault.
How can you do that? Is that not fraud?
No. That's called fractional reserve banking, and it's perfectly legal.
But Mr. Lloyd, how do you lend out more money than you have?
By creating it. Let's assume that you are asking for a loan to purchase a house. When you sign the mortgage agreement, that money is created right there and then, and is backed by your obligation for repayment. And if I'm successful, you will also pay the insurance costs in case of a default.
So, Mr. Lloyd, what you are telling me is that the money I get from you doesn't exist until I sign the mortgage agreement.
Exactly. Wonderful, isn't it? See, this is what grows an economy. And as you repay your mortgage, I can use that money to lend out even greater amounts.
Kid, this is a stick-up. Hang over all the money. Quick.
Okay. Don't shoot. Here is the money.
Hey, Jack. We are rich.
Right, Bob, we are indeed. Let's go.
Don't you dare to tell the police that you recognize us, or we will blow your brain off.
Your store has been robbed by two guys, and they are running towards the police station. Okay. Thanks. Hey, guys. Where do you think you're going? You are under arrest.
What for? We are just running to the bus stop. Is it against the law to run?
Running is not illegal. But carrying concealed weapons is. Okay. Fess up. You are going to get 1 year for carrying a concealed weapon. But if you confess your robbery and your partner don't, you will only get 6 months, and your partner will get 5 years. We offer the same deal to your partner.
I cannot trust Jack to keep quiet. Okay, I confess to the robbery.
Okay. Fess up. You are going to get 1 year for carrying a concealed weapon. But if you confess your robbery and your partner don't, you will only get 6 months, and your partner will get 5 years. We offer the same deal to your partner.
I cannot trust Bob to keep quiet. Okay, I confess to the robbery.
Now, since both of you confessed to the robbery, you will each get 3 years in jail.
USOB, I knew I could not trust you.
I knew I could not trust you. You bastard.
Dr. Fung, I am Amy, your economics student. I have a classic case of prisoner's dilemma here at my police station. Do you want to hear it?
Sure, Amy, please tell me about it.
Both prisoners confessed to a robbery and got 3 years each. In jail, they could have only 1 year each. In jail if they kept quiet.
Amy, this is indeed a classic example of the prisoner's dilemma. Individual
time. There was a pair of identical twins, except they were not so identical. One enjoyed the settled life on Earth, while the other was more wild and adventure-seeking. One day the wilder one decided to embark on a journey into deep space. The two embraced before parting. The rocket traveled at near the speed of light straight into the uncharted dark depths of space. It took him 5 years to realize how much he missed his twin brother. He turned around and headed straight home. Another 5 years passed before he returned at last to Earth. Upon landing, he ran to reunite with his long-separated twin brother, only to find him no longer his twin but an old man. During his 10-year journey, 50 years have passed on Earth. He finally discovered what he truly valued more than adventures. The end.
Wait a sec.
What?
Go back. Way back to the beginning.
Okay.
Like, I thought they were the same age at the beginning. How did they end up being so different in age?
That would be an effect of time dilation. Not in that way, at least. So let's imagine a train traveling really, really fast, and our explorer hops on while our settler remains behind. Now imagine that there's a light bulb fixed onto the train cart. As seen by the explorer, in order for the light to go from the light bulb and back, it only has to travel up and down.
Alright.
But the case for the settler when he's looking at the train is different. In order for light to return to the light bulb, the settler sees it traveling diagonally with the train.
Oh, that's like when you're in a car and you're throwing a ball upwards. The ball returns to your hand because it only goes up and down. But to someone on the street, the ball actually has to travel with the car to return to the passenger's hand. So the ball actually travels farther than it appears to the passenger.
Yep. But there's no time dilation because the speeds of the ball are different. If the car's not moving, the ball only goes up and down. When the car is moving, however, the ball also travels forward with the car. So it is essentially thrown diagonally upwards. The forward motion added to the up and down makes it travel faster, covering the farther distance in the same time interval. Light, however, is different. No matter what frame of reference you're in, light travels at the same speed. C, the speed of light.
No duh, light travels at the speed of light.
Anyway, going back to the train, the two observers see the light tracing out different paths. The explorer sees the light travel a distance, and the settler sees the same light travel a farther distance. Since light travels at the same speed, it would take long.
Now we'll see another example of a water and diamond. Though the necessity of water is very high, but the value of diamond is actually very high, very high. So we'll see through this animation what it does, and we'll come to know whether the value of diamond is high or the value of water is high. Thank you.
Meeting me here today.
Okay. So, today we are going to discuss why diamonds are more valuable than water.
Yes, it is a very strange notion, isn't it? After all, water, not diamonds, is essential for life. Classical economists puzzled over this question, and named it the value paradox.
Okay, so why are diamonds more valuable?
Well, scarcity of goods is what causes humans to attribute value. If we were surrounded by an unending abundance of both water and diamonds, we probably would not value either very much.
That makes sense.
Scarcity is an important factor in how we value an economic good.
What defines an economic good?
Economic goods have three attributes. First of all, there must be a human need or want. Secondly, there must be an opinion that the thing in question will satisfy that need or want. The last point is that there must be command or control over the ability to satisfy this want or need.
So something like good weather would not be an economic good.
Exactly. I may know that a nice sunny day would improve my mood, but we do not have control over the weather. Therefore, it is not an economic good.
So now, you have defined what economic goods are, and say that scarcity is how we value them.
Yes. We value an economic good only if there is an insufficient quantity to satisfy all human desires for that thing. Scarcity implies that we will rank our wants, and this process results in economic activity.
So something like the air we breathe would not be economically valuable.
Under normal circumstances, yes. In the case of a scuba diver, it is very much an economic good with value.
Right.
Consumers will use whatever resources they have at their disposal to satisfy their most important wants. Our value system is determined by our ranking of wants.
Can you...
One bidder is exciting the other bidder, as he has the clear idea about the company. He wants the other guy to pay more. Also, the ego clash. The main reason is the ego clash between the bidders that leads the bidder to...
Evil bot, yes. Evil bot of evil. Ha ha. Oh, robot boy, robot bat, Roy bat. I got it, yeah! Who let the ball out? Fading out. There. No, nothing. I'm working, Mama, working.
Yeah, right, working.
What? Oh no! I don't want it! I don't want it! Yeah, baby!
Hello, let me explain you what actually the problem of corruption is. As the book itself suggests, book name itself suggests that corruption is a difficult problem. So let's see how it is a difficult problem. In corruption, basically there are two players. One is bribe giver and another is bribe taker. As per the view of bribe giver, he views himself as a victim, helpless person who is not indulged in actually corruption activity, but is have to compulsorily give the bribe to own what he wants. Now, if we see the point of view of bribe taker, he sees himself that whatever bribe is coming is his income, so there is nothing unethical in it. How can we depict that the corruption is this is a corruption or not? From our view, if we say that we are third party, it is actually a corruption. Now let's take a ratio. 10% of the total population is actually on the bribe taker side, and other 90% is on bribe giver side. Now let's see how this 10% are forcing this 90% to indulge in corruption activity. 10% of the population have a force to indulge this 90% population to own their things and to have the enlightenment of what they want. 90% of population have to automatically indulge in this activity, though they don't know they are a part of corruption activity. Thank you. Let's take an example for this. A father with his son is going on his way to office, and by mistake he violates traffic rules. And the traffic cop asks for the bribe to give 100 rupees or to pay 500 rupees and have memo. The father choose the option of giving bribe of 100 rupees. The son sitting behind him saw that whatever his father is doing is right. So further also, next time when he was passing through this zebra crossing, he violates the traffic rules. Cop asks him for the bribe, and he also got. This way the corruption is spreading. This way the 10% is overruling the 90%. Thank you.
I would like to tell about the paradox of corruption. When we poll the population in general, a large majority of them, nearly 90% being bribe givers, may disapprove of corruption because of the moral and financial cost it inflicts upon them. This probably gives rise to the impression that corruption is universally disapproved of. However, the universe of rent seekers comprises only nearly 10% of the total population, and it is this 10% that has the power to force the remaining 90% into paying bribe, thus participate in corrupt transactions. And it takes more 10% of the population to act corrupt for the entire 100% to be regarded as practicing corruption, thus creating the impression of corruption being universally practiced. Thank you.
The paradox of our time in history is that we spend more but have less. We buy more but enjoy less. We have bigger houses and smaller families, more conveniences, but less time, more knowledge, but less judgment, more experts, yet more problems, more medicine, but less wellness. We laugh too little, drive too fast, get too angry, stay up too late, get up too tired, read too little, watch TV too much, and pray too seldom. We have learned how to make a living, but not a life. We've been to the moon and back, but have trouble crossing the street to meet a new neighbor. We've cleaned up the air, but polluted the soul. We've conquered the atom, but not our prejudice. We write more, but learn less. We plan more, but accomplish less. We've learned to rush, but not to wait. These are the times of fast foods and slow digestion, big men and small character, steep profits and shallow relationships. These are the days of 2 incomes but more divorce, fancier houses but broken homes, disposable diapers, throwaway morality, one-night stands, overweight bodies, and pills that do everything from cheer to quiet to kill. It is a time when there is much in the showroom window and nothing in the stockroom. A time when we all want to change the country but aren't willing to change ourselves.